We're live streaming from our headquarters here in Miami. We're also live in several platforms on YouTube, Facebook, and on Instagram. So if you're joining us from any of those, we'll be able to interact with you. I already see quite a few people in here, close to 50 people, as some are more trickling in. So if you can just let me know in the comments below if everything is working okay, so that you can see and hear me fine before we get started, that would be helpful. All right. Hello, everyone from Linda Russell. Good to see you again, Linda. The Morgan Group on YouTube. Hello from Maryland. Okay. Morning from Burleson, Texas. Okay. All right. Seems to be all good. Tammy says sounds good here. Randy, yep, all good. Awesome. Great. So, um, looks like everything is good for us to get started. So I did want to. So for those of you that kind of don't know the format of these, usually we spend about an hour just answering any questions you guys might have about the apparel decoration industry. We'll also be taking some live calls today, so we'll kind of get into that. If you like your question to be answered live, you can dial the number on your screen at the bottom of your screen there, 305-418-4421, and press 0 to get to the operator, and then they will transfer your call to me, and then we can answer that live. Sometimes when you ask a question on just the chat, might not have enough details and enough information for me to answer that question. And sometimes when the question is a bit more lengthy, it's helpful to kind of get some context and to have a conversation. So if you'd like to get your question answered live, that's one way to do so if you want to dial in. If not, you can also just type in the comments in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to answer your questions that way. So this is really kind of a Q&A session, just to answer any questions you guys might have, take some live calls. And so if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to chime in down in the comment section below or call in, and then we can kind of kick things off that way. But before we get into that, just a couple of announcements for you guys to keep in mind. We are in the last phase of our Black November promo that has been going on for all of November. And so if you already missed phase 1 and phase 2, this is the last phase, phase 3, and it will be going away after that. It ends on December 1st, so this Friday is the last day. So you got about 3 days left to take advantage of the biggest promotion of the year on all of our products. We have our embroidery machines on sale, the white toner transfer printers, the direct-to-garment printers, as well as the direct-to-film printers. So whether you're into embroidery, sewing even, we have sales on sewing machines on the shop, on the online e-commerce store. And then whether you're into embroidery, sewing, or printing, we got something for you to be able to kind of either get your business started or expand your business with other offerings. Many people have already taken advantage of adding on to their existing line of products that they offer. Maybe they do embroidery in the past, that they added some printing, or vice versa. They currently do printing and added on embroidery. So it's been a great time for people to kind of think about expanding their business to take advantage of the promotions that are going on. So with regards to embroidery machines, we can kind of get started there. With embroidery machines, we have dropped the prices for a lot of our new embroidery machines, as well as our 10S new 10S panel machines. If you don't know about those, we just launched those a couple of months ago, probably about less than two months ago, at Deco Summit. We unveiled a line of 10S models, which is the new sleek 10S 10-inch touchscreen control panel that we have launched, and that's available on several series of machines. A lot of people have been purchasing those as well. They are limited, more limited than the previous models in terms of stock. So it's kind of on a first come first serve basis, but a lot of people have already kind of got into those 10s panel machines. We are offering free shipping up to $1,500 and 25% off of Chroma digitizing software in terms of the upgrade. So if you buy a machine package, the Chroma Inspire version, which is the base level of the digitizing software, comes with the package. If you're looking to upgrade to additional tiers, you get 25% off of the upgrade. So super helpful there. And yeah, you get everything you need to get started in the embroidery machine package. You know, with all-inclusive machine packages, including your stand, your hoops, your accessories, cap frames, and cap drivers to be able to embroider hats, a starter kit of threads and backings and all the supplies you need to get started, as well as Chroma digitizing software if you're looking to do your own digitizing. So that's something to keep in mind. You know, it's really a solution out of the box for you to get started with embroidery. And some people have already, some existing customers, so we're also offering a discount to existing customers. If you are already a Ricoma customer and you're looking to purchase additional equipment, you do get an additional an additional 5% off the already discounted prices. You know, I kind of think of that as like a loyalty discount for repeat customers that are looking to add on different machines to their shop. So a bunch of different things to take advantage of, and the 5% repeat customer discount also applies to other products like printers, not just on embroidery machines, also our other products as well. All right, so that's on the embroidery side. On the printer side, let's start with the White 200 transfer printer. We have those on sale as well. So if you're looking to kind of get kind of an entry level price point to get started with heat transfer printing, this is a good option to start. It's a White 200 transfer printer. You're able to print white, and then it kind of prints a layer of white toner on the back of the design to be able to then, you know, you use kind of an A sheet and a B sheet paper to have the adhesive on the back of the design. You peel that off after heat transferring it, and then you can heat transfer that onto any substrate of your choice. You can do that on t-shirts, on hats, on hoodies. And we even have hard surface paper for you to be able to transfer onto like mugs and plates and things of that nature. So not only limited to soft garments. So we're offering free shipping on that as well, and you also get a free flat heat press with your bundle, so you can, you know, get started with everything you need, because you will need a heat press for this. We have 2 different bundles for you to choose from, an essentials bundle and a premium bundle. The premium bundle, you get a better heat press, a larger heat press, an auto open heat press as well. So it's not manual open; it's auto open. You get you get a larger size paper along with that as well, legal size paper, and then you can also get an extended warranty. I believe for 18 months extended warranty. So that's helpful if you're looking to get a peace of mind for the for your purchase. Okay. I think, let me see what else after that. So again, we are in the last phase, so all of these prices will go up at the end of the Black November sale, which ends this Friday. So this is kind of like your last chance to get in on this sale. Packages as low as $115 a month for 60 months, for just shy of $6,000 if you're looking to get started with the bundle packages, with the essentials bundle for the White 200 transfer printer. All right, on the direct to garment side, if you're looking to print, if you have a bit higher of a budget, if you're looking to print directly onto garments, t-shirts, hoodies, polos, we also have our Ricoma Vision DTG printer. You can get those with free shipping as well. over $1,700 in savings. So we did a price cut on those as well for Black November. And you also get a heat press with the bundle as well. And then if you upgrade to the premium bundle, not only do you get the machine, all the pre-treatment liquid, the Vivid Rip software that you will need to rip your designs, but you also get the pre-treatment machine, the Sonic Jet pre-treatment machine. If you upgrade to the premium bundle, the Sonic Jet pre-treatment machine gives you a more automated and precise way to pre-treat your DTG shirts. Rather than using the Wagner spray gun. You also get a DTF starter kit of powder and film to be able to use your DTG printer to print DTF transfers as well. So you're kind of getting two machines in one. Your DTG printer, with the Vivid Rip software, you can change some settings and be able to print on DTF. So kind of two functions in one machine. Simply by having one machine and one software, you're able to do two different functions. For the premium bundle, you do get the DTF starter kit so that you have the supplies needed for you to print DTF film sheets using your DTG printer. So consider doing that as well if you're looking to, that's also an added benefit of the premium bundle. Not only with the Sonic Jet pre-treatment machine, but all these other supplies that come with it. All right. Last but not least, the DTF. Speaking of DTF printers and DTF film, we do have direct-to-film printers on sale as well. Our Revel DTF line. We have the Revel 2402, the 24-inch DTF roll-to-roll DTF printer. And we also have the Revel 1202. Revel Duo, the 12-inch DTF printer. So either one can kind of fit your needs depending on your size needs and how wide you need to print. But you can see the comparison there. Just under 21,000 for the Revel Duo, and then about 28,000 for the Revel DTF 2402 for the 24-inch wide one. We do offer financing, so you have financing available for those as well. And you're also getting free shipping, so you're saving easily close to $1,000 in shipping costs, because these are pretty sizable machines that we have to ship via truckload. So that's kind of the promotions that we have going on. If you guys are ever interested in any one of those, make sure to take advantage of that before the prices go up. Again, December 1st is the last day. December 1st, that's at 6 p.m. So that is this Friday. And you want to make sure you get the free shipping and all of the bonuses before the sale ends. Okay, and then we do have also on our shop some Cyber Week sales going on. So got quite a few people already. We got a huge spike in sales on Cyber Monday, which was yesterday, and then but throughout this whole week we have Cyber Week. So we got quite a few things on sale. If you buy a heat press, you get like bonus mugs, or if you buy the mug press, you get bonus mugs with it. Chroma is like 20% off. If you want to do any upgrades, heat presses are like up to, some models are up to 50% off on the heat presses. A lot of people have been buying the sewing machines as well. We got like 70-80 people buying the sewing machines this month, taking advantage of some of the promotions going on there. I think sewing machines are also 10% off, as well as having free shipping on those as well. So people have been using them to either just sew on a standalone basis, or sew patches onto caps, when combining it with embroidery. There's a lot of things you can do with the sewing machines, and quite a lot of people have bought the post-bed sewing machines to be able to stitch on leather patches or other twill patches onto caps or jackets. So that is also something that you might want to look into. We also have the vinyl cutters. If you look into heat transfer vinyl, we have those on sale as well. So all of that are available on shop.ricoma.com also until Friday. That's the Cyber Week sale. Okay, last but not least, the giveaway for today. We also have another giveaway today for, I believe, some mugs, right? We got a a dozen mugs for sublimation if you're looking to do any sublimation, or like I mentioned with white toner transfer printer, you can also transfer using the hard surface paper, transfer designs onto hard surfaces like ceramic mugs. So this would be great for sublimation or for white toner transfers. You can also do these as well. We've done that before as well. So we'll be giving a dozen of those mugs away to one lucky winner. We'll announce that at the end of the live stream. All right, so now that we've covered all of that, I'm going to go through some of the questions. And then, as I mentioned, if you guys want to type in your questions down in the comments below, I'll kind of, this is kind of a Q&A session, so I kind of go through those questions and answer them. And then if you want to get your question answered live, you can also call the phone number on the bottom of your screen there, 305-418-4421, and that's our main line. And then you can dial 0 to get to the operator to get your call transferred to me, and then we can have a conversation about what your question is. But while we do that, I'm going to scroll through some of the comments that have been coming in on some of the questions here. Make sure we have the Instagram comments too. Okay. All right, so this question here, let me see. The Morgan Group says, I love my Revel 2402 DTF machine. It's about a month old, and I use it every day. Great, good for you. Definitely helpful to keep running those every day and pump out a lot of volume with those transfers. Do you have any sales on the DTF paper rolls? Not off the top of my head. I don't think so. But I could be wrong. You can check on the shop.ricoma.com and see if there's any discounts there. I know though that if you order over $1,000, you get free shipping, so that should help. If you're looking to order some supplies along with other equipment and whatnot, you can, if your order size is over $1,000, you get free shipping on everything in that order. So that's a sale that applies to every single item. Trying to click on this question. So this question from Tony Sparks is a pretty good question, and I think I recently did a video just on this, so you should probably check out that video. But the question is, I'm trying to debate DTG or DTF. Which do you recommend? You've probably done a comparison on these, but I'm stuck, and I want a great sublimation printer. I really want to get into sublimation. So I can't recommend on any sublimation, but in terms of your question on DTG versus DTF, here's how you should think about it. Both have its pros and cons, right? I've recently done a video comparison just on our YouTube channel, I think less than two weeks ago on this exact topic, and I go through the pros and cons of each of these machines and how you should think about which one is going to best suit your needs. So there's no right or wrong answer, and many times people have both of these because they suit two very different and distinct needs, right? So think about it this way. The DTG printer, the pros are that it's very versatile. You can print on demand. You can just print one shirt, or you can print 100 shirts. So you don't really have to have a minimum order quantity to get the DTG running, because there's really no setup costs. If you keep it running or maintain on a regular basis, it's really walk up ready. You can walk up to the printer and press start, load the shirt, press start, and you're good to go. So the DTG machine, having that versatility of printing small quantities and large quantities is something that's going to be super helpful, right? That helps you to generate an on-demand business. If you have a business kind of business style or business model that is conducive for on-demand orders. People just ordering one or two shirts. Maybe you have a library of designs people can choose from, and then they choose the shirt that they want to print it on, and then you give that to them. You can use a DTG printer precisely for that because that's super easy to do. Another pro of DTG is that it has a super nice hand feel finish. And when you print the design, you cure the design with a heat press. When you run your hand over the design, it feels like just a shirt. You feel like you're just touching the shirt, right? Versus DTF, because it's a transfer film, you're still transferring a layer on top of, a thin layer on top of the garment itself. It's not the ink is not infused with the fibers of the fabric. So you still feel a layer of design on top of the shirt. With DTG, it's a super smooth hand feel finish, and some people like that. So that's also a huge pro of DTG. I think it depends on your business model and what kind of feel you're going for, what kind of feel your customers are going for. In certain occasions, that might be something that you should consider. With DTF printers, the pros are that it's super great for high volume, right? Because these roll to roll DTF printers. You literally set it up once, and then the printer will print out the designs onto the film. The film goes through a shaker to shake the powder and the adhesive powder onto the back of the design. Goes through an oven, all seamlessly without you having to do anything. Once it's set up, right? It goes through the oven. It cures the adhesive powder on the back of the design, and then it goes to the end roll where the finished design is cured, and then it rolls up into the end where you can then take that roll and trim it up into whatever sizes you want on the designs, and then transfer them onto garments. So it's super helpful for a huge and quantity in terms of their production, and it's also good for having this other business model where you don't have to sell these t-shirts, right? You can just print these transfer sheets and sell the transfer sheets, right? So that you can sell those to people with a heat press, and then they can press it on their own. So you don't have to do a lot of the work on the back end. Of course, you make less margin, but you make it up with volume. You can print hundreds of these, thousands of these over hours, and then be able to sell just transfer sheets, right? And people sell transfer sheets. Some designs, they sell the transfer sheet for like 10. Each sheet is like $2.99, $3.99, depending on the complexity and the size of the design. More complex designs can go upwards of like $9 to $10 per design. For like a jacket back design, right? So think about just printing sheets, and it doesn't cost you a lot of money in terms of the ink. Doesn't cost you a lot of time because it's pretty automated, and so you just have to trim up the sheets, pack them, and ship those out. So DTF also offers you that flexibility that DTG is not able to offer you. You can't like pre-print a lot of shirts and have them stacked there, right? But you can pre-print a lot of transfers also, just to sell. Or you can, if you have repeat orders on a particular design that's on your store, you can pre-print a lot of those, and then just anytime an order comes in, take it off the shelf on that transfer sheet, and then just transfer it onto the garment. You can have that flexibility as well. So DTF also offers some pros there. The cons of DTG is that you have to do the pre-treatment process. Some of that can be automated with a pre-treatment machine like the Sonic Jet that we offer here at Ricoma. Some people also just get pre-treated t-shirts or pre-treated t-shirts to just be able to load and print. There's also things like that are available on the market. With regards to cons of DTF, it is going to be bulkier. You're taking up a lot larger of a space, so you got to have the footprint in your shop to be able to accommodate that, or in your garage or in your house to be able to accommodate that. And DTF also there's a bit more supplies that you need to have. You need to have the adhesive powder, the film, and then you need to have the inks for the printers, right? So there's a couple of more different supplies that you need besides just ink and print on the DTG and pre-treatment. So the pros is you don't need to pre-treat on the DTF. The con is that yeah, it does have a little bit of a less of a hand feel, so that you can feel the design a bit more onto the garment. Not as smooth as DTG, but still pretty smooth. But if you compare side by side, DTG is going to win out on the hand feel any day of the week. So things to consider, right? The versatility of what your business model is like, the volume that you have, the type of feel you're going for. DTF also has an advantage in terms of you can, because you're printing out transfer sheets, you can transfer them onto any garment. You can do it on polo shirts, on hats, on t-shirts. It doesn't matter like the shape of the garment. With DTG, you can only print on flat surfaces, right? Because you're feeding a garment underneath the printer head, and it has to be flat to be able to fit in there. So really, you can't. It's going to be difficult to print on a hat, because it has that curvature to it. Versus DTF, you can print a transfer and then use a hat press. As long as the hat can fit under the heat press, using a hat press, you can put the film paper on top of it and then transfer it that way. So both pros and cons, on each of these products, and that's why people sometimes have both, just to be able to fit specific instances and specific needs within their business process. So I hope that was helpful. Getting a call coming in. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hi. What's your name?
You okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Hi, my name is Tracy. I'm trying to find out some information. I live in a extremely highly tourist area, and I'm looking to start a sublimation area business with embroidery. I want to do both. I want to be able to do. Hi, my name is Tracy. How are you?
Hi. Good. Good. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I want to do both. I want to do ready to print. When somebody walks in the door, if they want embroidery, I want to be able to do it and have it done for them by the end of the day or something, so they can come back and pick it up.
Okay.
Because a lot of people don't live here. But I also want to be able to do sublimation as well. So what would be the best? What would you recommend for the best equipment to do both and be readily available?
Sure. Do you need the machine to be, especially your embroidery part? Do you need that machine to be very portable? It sounds like you're doing this kind of on demand as they come into a storefront.
Right. So I'm looking for a storefront, so I would be stable.
Okay.
For the product, like t-shirts or whatever, after they're made to events and things like that. But I would have a storefront and be stable.
Got it. Okay. And then, are you looking to do anything with jackets, bags, more bulky items in terms of the embroidery side?
I would like to do everything.
Everything. Okay.
I'm all in. I want to do it all.
Okay. Okay. Great. So then, really, there's a couple of options that you can consider. I think the best option for you to consider in terms of starting out and doing these on demand, you don't really need a multi-head machine, I don't think, because you don't need a 2-head or a 3-head machine. Given that you're looking to have a storefront and people come in and pick up their orders kind of the same day, it sounds like those are going to be more one-off and personalized orders. So it's going to be a couple of pieces or half a dozen pieces and so on. If you do see your volume start to increase, perhaps you can upgrade to a 2 or 3-head machine to accompany that volume increase and still be able to meet your turnaround time on the same day. That being said, I think the single head would be a good way for you to start out in, and then also a single head, maybe a 15 or 20 needle machine. So we have both. We have the MT 1501 or the MT 2001. The difference between those is the 1501 has 15 needles. The MT 2001 has 20 needles and a more upgraded panel than the 1501. An 8-inch panel with Wi-Fi versus a 7-inch panel on the 1501. But I think either of those machines would be a good way for you to start. It gives you enough needles and also enough embroidery area for you to do kind of everything that you would need. Also, the MT series overall has a bigger clearance underneath the machine head to accommodate these bulkier items that I asked you about, like bags and jackets. So you really aren't limited at all in terms of the type of items that you can embroider with this type of machine, this single head machine. And if you're looking to be, not capped on the capacity, not capped on the versatility of what you can do, this will probably be a good machine for you to start in.
Okay. Is there like a package? Or is it just one machine?
No, as I mentioned in the beginning, all of our machines comes in packages. So not only are you getting the actual unit of the machine itself, you're getting the stand. You are getting all the accessories, meaning the hoops. You would need the flat hoops to be able to hoop your items. You would need the cap drivers and the cap attachments to be able to embroider hats. That comes with your machine as well. It comes with the digitizing software. So if you're looking to, if someone walks in your storefront and say like, hey, I just want my initials embroidered on my jacket. You can easily use your digitizing software and digitize that on the fly without having to send that out to a digitizer. Using the digitizing software, you can type in their name and do some simple digitizing and be able to then export that file and load it into your machine and stitch it right then and there. That's how a lot of these like lid stores, like these retail shops, they do the customization. It's because they have digitizing software right on the fly, and then they can embroider your name, your initial, or whatever you want onto that garment. And so it also so the package comes with the digitizing software for you to be able to do that. And then last but not least comes with the all the threads, backing, needles that you would need to get started. Now those are sample size threads, but more than enough to do your samples and your first couple of jobs. But then if you like certain colors, you find certain colors are very popular. There's also discount codes in the bundle to be able for you to order those threads from that supplier.
Okay. Now, if when I go to upgrade, because ultimately I want to do the schools, I want to be able, be the sponsor for the school shirts and things like that too. So once I get going and I get built up and be where I want to be and I upgrade machines, would that software still go with those other machines, or would I have to buy new software too?
No, yeah. So that's a good question, and probably a common misconception that a lot of people have is that the software has to be compatible with the machine that you buy. No, the software is a piece of software like Adobe Photoshop that you load on your computer. It's called a digitizing software. You don't need that to run your machine, but you need that to digitize. Okay. If you because some people, they don't want to do the digitizing, they outsource it to a professional digitizer. But the digitizing software that I'm talking about, Chroma, is used for changing, converting a design or changing a design file into a format that the machine can understand. So that's called digitizing. So right. when you upgrade a machine, your digitizing software still works because it's on your computer. It's agnostic to the machine that you have, but more so it's installed on your computer. That being said, our embroidery machines does read a certain format. So the digitizing software, you can export files in a variety of different formats. One of which is DST format, which is the format that our machine reads. So as long as you export your files in DST, you're able to pop that in to the machine and be able to to embroider that design. Another good thing about Chroma, because it's our own digitizing software, you're able to link it directly to your machine. Meaning, if you have a Wi-Fi compatible panel, or even if you don't, you can connect it via Ethernet cable from your machine to your computer, and then after you're done digitizing your design on Chroma, you can just with a click of a button send that directly to your machine panel without having to kind of export it in a USB and all of that.
Right.
And bring it to the panel and load it onto the panel. So it kind of saves you a lot of time in terms of your production process to be able to just send the design over straight from Chroma. So that's also a good thing that because Chroma integrates directly with our machines because it's our own software and it's our own product.
So what would be a startup cost for something like that?
Yeah, so the machine that I mentioned to you about, the MT1501 or MT2001, it's right under, I believe, 15,000. So it's like 14,700, 760, around there. So with sales tax, if you don't have a sales tax exemption, then you would need to pay sales tax depending on which state you're in. Yeah, if you can also if you have a sales tax exemption form, you can also fill that out, and we can waive the sales tax there. But all in, you're probably looking at around 15,000 to get started with a single head embroidery machine.
Okay. All right. And then sublimation, to do that too, you have a separate package for that, correct?
So we currently don't offer any sublimation printers at the moment. So we don't have them, but there's ones on the market that you can easily Google and find them available. They usually probably start around like their packages are around $1,000 to $2,000. So
Okay.
that comes with the sublimation
I don't wanna go
printer,
with
the ink and the supplies, the mugs and all of that stuff.
Right. You guys are going to get to have that soon, though, right? Because I would like to do it have the same product for the same company.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can always get started with embroidery, and then we're always expanding our product lines, and sublimation is one of the ones on our radar. In fact, if you're looking to do sublimation, one good option for you to consider, because we don't have a sublimation printer per se, but our white toner transfer printer, I think in about maybe like within a week, we're going to be launching the sublimation toner cartridges that are compatible with the sublimation print with the white toner transfer printer. So the white toner transfer printer, just so you understand, it's able to print onto these transfer sheets, right? Transfer sheets, and you can transfer them onto different surfaces. One of the things that you can use with this printer is you can actually swap out the toner cartridges, the CMYK, CMYW toner cartridges inside the printer, and change them for sublimation toner cartridges, which we are launching that. We're bringing that in, I think, in less than a week. I think in the first week of December, it should be here. And then once you buy the printer, if you buy also the sublimation cartridge set, you can then switch in the sublimation cartridges and replace them inside the printer, and then you can print sublimation with that same printer. So it kind of acts as like a white toner transfer, like a heat transfer printer, and also acts as a sublimation printer once you put in the sublimation cartridges. So I was thinking more on the lines of like just a sole purpose sublimation printer, and I didn't think that that we have this coming out. So if you're looking to do sublimation, the white toner transfer printer can double as that. So it can do your white toner transfer printing, and it can do sublimation once you have the sublimation toner cartridges and the kit. So I believe we're bringing that in the next week. So for the white toner transfer package, you're looking at under $6,000 to get started with that one. And then if you're looking to get like a stitch and print bundle with embroidery and printing, I'm sure our sales team has a bundle price on that has further discounts off of the already discounted price on the individual printers.
Okay. All right. Well, I would be interested in that for sure.
Okay, great. So I hope I was able to answer a lot of your questions. I mean, if you like, I can I kind of gave you a lot of information. Hopefully, you can kind of think about what is it that you want to do. Are you looking to kind of finance the machine? Are you looking to buy it outright? What are your plans there in terms of getting started with those two machines?
I haven't really contemplated. I was, just trying to feel out right now, see what I needed to get started. I'm looking for a storefront currently.
Okay.
So once I find that, to know how much room I have to work with. But probably I'll probably end up financing.
Okay, got it. Okay, so why don't I do this? I can transfer you over to our sales director, and then he's able to kind of send you any other information that you need. If you're ever thinking about financing it, we have a great low interest rate financing options as well. They can send you an application, and then that way, if you're looking to, I know you're still looking for your storefront, but keep in mind that because of the holiday rush and the orders that we have already gotten, even if you place your order today, it does take several weeks for it to ship out. Because we need to prepare it, and then there's a lot of queue in the line. It might be helpful if you want to lock in your savings for the Black November sale before prices go up, especially if you're looking to do a bundle. I'm sure they can the sales director can kind of approve further discounts for you if you're looking to buy two different machines.
Okay. All right. Well, that would be great. Yeah, I'd love to talk with them.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So let me get you over there, and then it was nice talking to you, Tracy. And any other questions, feel free to reach out. Okay. And then I'm sure the sales team can assist further.
Well, thank you so much for your information. I appreciate you helped me a lot.
Okay. No problem. Take care. Thanks for calling in. Hold on 1 second. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so that hopefully that was helpful to some people looking at the different products and what each can do. Yeah. So I hope that was helpful. I did forget that we're coming out with the sublimation toner cartridges, so that's going to be helpful for the white toner transfer printer if you're looking to do that. Because some people already have it. Then you can essentially you already have the machine. You just need to buy the sublimation toner kits, and then you can put those into the machine, and then your machine became a sublimation printer as well for the price of one. And so that's going to be helpful. Okay. Let's see what other questions we have here. So Tony Sparks also asked, do I need to take digitizing lessons to learn how to effectively use Chroma? Well, as with anything, digitizing is a skill that is learned. So I would say that you probably want to, but depending on how kind of good you are at like self-learning, you can also just kind of figure it out if you toy around with it and then spend more time testing out the designs and all of that. But probably the quickest way is to kind of take lessons and be able to be proficient at using Chroma. We do offer free webinars for our customers on Chroma digitizing. So if you're ever interested, make sure you sign into your customer portal, and on there you can have all these different slots that you can sign up for different topics of how to do digitizing. So we offer that free of charge for customers, and we have like at least 2 to 3 sessions every single week. Lisa Cisneros asks, I ordered the 1010 and was told that everything that comes with it is string is full spools. Is that not correct? So I think what you're trying to ask is that does the thread, not string, does the thread that come with your EM1010 package are full spools or not? So they are not, as I mentioned, that the starter kit that comes with your package, In there, there's sample spools. There's not full-size cones. They're the small, I think, 1,000 meter cones instead of the 5,000 meter cones, and you have different colors of that, different samples in your starter kit for you to try out. And then if you like it, you can order full-size cones or sample-size cones direct from the vendor, and they have like coupons and stuff in there as well, and the contact information, and also even I believe. A catalog of all the different colors and that you can see and see which ones you actually like. So the ones that comes with the machine is not full size; it's sample size, as you can see in the picture there. They're the 1,000 meter cones instead of the 5,000 meter cones. Gabrielle Ford asked, "Did you say DST or VST?" DST. D as in dog. DST. Jonathan Breeden says, "I just ordered the Vision DTG printer and is scheduled to arrive on Thursday. We're excited. Awesome. Make sure you schedule your training shortly thereafter." Dango KZ says, "So should I do DTF or DTG for starting a clothing first drop?" Um, that's a tough question to answer. Again, I think it depends a lot more than just kind of starting a clothing brand. But I would imagine that a clothing brand, you know, it depends on what your business model is. If you're just having stock, like these are all my designs, and every time someone orders, you just ship it. Um, oh, I thought someone. Okay. If you're just looking for like a storefront full of designs, and someone orders a T-shirt and you just kind of print that T-shirt and ship it, I think probably DTG would be a better fit for that, because it's more on demand, right? Like you're a designer, you design all of these shirts. You have like a variety of different designs. Say like you have like 30 different designs on your store, and then your followers, they go to your store, and then they are like, oh, some guy wants this shirt, some other guy wants another shirt, and then you're printing all these different shirts, one-offs. DTG will probably be more helpful to do that. If you just have one line, like one design, and you're looking to kind of do a drop and to say like, hey, for a limited time this design is available, you can go either way, DTG or DTF. DTF can also come in handy in that sense, because it's one design, you set it up once, and you just mass produce the number of quantities of your order, right? Like say like 1,000 people ordered t-shirts on your website on this one design. Okay, set up a DTF printer and just print rolls and rolls of the same design, and cut them, and then start transferring them onto t-shirts and ship them out. You can also do the same thing with the TTG, printing directly onto the t-shirt, but probably at scale. When you're at that scale, like over 1,000, your roll-to-roll DTF might be a little bit more efficient in printing out the design. But keep in mind, you also have to transfer each design manually onto 1,000 t-shirts. That's going to still be very time consuming. So I think DTG and DTF either way can work. If you have a variety of designs on your clothing brand, and people are just ordering one-offs, maybe DTG, lean towards DTG. If you have just one design that you're looking to quote unquote drop for a limited time, and it's just the same design over and over again for like 1,000 different orders, then probably DTF can also be more efficient in doing that. But you can't go wrong with DTG either. So in that sense, both are kind of equal. But also depends on kind of what kind of feel you want. Is it more of a infused feel, more hand finish, or more of a transfer finish? Okay. Let's see what other questions we got here. We got about another 10 minutes or so. So a question from Linda Russell, also on DTF. Is DTF for all fabrics, DTG only cotton? So DTG, yeah, mostly cotton. You got to be at least like, 80%, 70, 80% cotton for it to be effective. DTF, yeah, all types of fabric. Doesn't matter because you're transferring on top of the fabric. Wally asked, "Do you offer on-site training at your headquarters?" Yes, we do. So you just have to schedule it and then come into our headquarters. We also have an office in California in East Los Angeles, and we can do that. Um, we can do that as well if you're located on the West Coast. Okay, some questions from Instagram. Expressive Threads asks, "Can you embroider hats on the EM1010?" Yes, absolutely. It comes with the cap attachment for EM1010 as well. The only difference or the only limitation I should say is that because the EM1010 is a more compact machine, it's an entry level model, lower price point. The embroidery area is not as large, so you're not able to embroider kind of ear to ear in one single run. You're able to do like eyebrow to eyebrow, so less rotation on the cap driver and less embroidery area. Also, the you might not be as able to get as large of a design in terms of the height on the EM1010 versus the commercial single head models. Again, because of the limitation in the embroidery area. Jonathan asked, for the Vision DTG printer, approximately how many prints do you average from the ink cartridges? That's really hard to say, given that every design is different. Every print is different. If you're printing like full color, large front of the T-shirt type designs, it's not gonna last as many prints as like a left chest logo, right? So depending on it really depends. In terms of the type of design that you're doing. So it greatly varies, and a lot of people ask that, but there's no solid answer for that because it definitely varies. So someone from YouTube, Smooth Baron, asks, "What machine is best for hats?" So any of the commercial single head machines or any of the commercial machines in general are all great on hats. Whether it's single heads, multi heads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12 heads. It doesn't matter. Those are, as long as a commercial machine, they're all able and capable of doing hats. They can do ear to ear, so 270-degree cap rotation, being able to do embroider ear to ear in one single run without you having to re-hoop and take the hat off the machine and re-hoop it. We've actually done a video on that on YouTube quite a while ago, showcasing how to do that and how to set that up. You can embroider, 2.5, 3 inches on the height of the front panel on the cap. Depends on the profile of the cap, of course. But yeah, all the commercial machines, the MT 1501, any of the MT series, MT single head, two head, and three heads. The TC 1501 as well can do that. The SWD For like a wider embroidery area, those can do hats pretty well. And then any of the CHT2 models, CHT2 series, 4, 6, 8, 12 heads, those can all do hats pretty well. Which is cheaper to make, the DTF or the DTG? Which one lasts longer on T-shirts? So this kind of goes back to what I was doing on the comparison of DTG and DTF, right? I think to answer your second question first, which lasts longer on T-shirts? I think they're relatively the same. Maybe the DTG has a slight advantage, I would think, because it's infused with the fabric and not like the transfer on top of the fabric, so it's less prone to like cracks and peeling. But if you transferred it correctly on the DTF, if you've cured it correctly, if you use the wash cycle correctly, not like these hard, harsh and hot wash, and also the hot dryer. If you maintain it well on the wash, both of these will last you a pretty long time. I don't think there's a clear indication as to whether DTF or DTF lasts longer on T-shirts. My gut feeling is that DTG will last a little bit longer, given that it is infused with the fabric, not on top of the fabric. In terms of cheaper to make, it also depends, because I would say that when you're looking at perhaps like larger volumes, it kind of evens out, but maybe DTF has a slight advantage when you're talking about like a huge volume. And the reason why is, there's a little bit more setup time that with the DTF. You gotta get everything ready, but once it's set up, it runs by itself very easily. With DTG, there's minimal setup. You don't need to set up the DTG at all. But so once you get to like a huge volume, when you're pumping out like hundreds and thousands of orders, then the DTF probably has an advantage, given that you don't need to pre-treat the machine. Pre-treat the garment. You don't need to pre-treat that, so it saves you the cost on the pre-treatment. And on DTF overall, you use less white ink. Okay, so DTG is known for kind of using a lot of white ink. Especially printing on dark garments, you need to lay down a layer of white ink first so that the colors can pop. But DTF is the way that it's designed. It uses it's also a different ink than DTG ink, but it also uses less white ink overall. Not by a huge margin, but if you add up thousands of pieces, of course it does add up. But it uses less white ink. You don't need to pre-treat, so it saves you the money there. However, it kind of counterbalances. That's why there's always pros and cons. It counterbalances with the fact that you need to buy rolls of film. That's something you don't need to do for DTG. You need to buy the powder, right? So the rolls of film are probably going to be your biggest cost, and then the powder, it's you can use that for quite some time. But also consider that you need to buy the powder. As you run out of those supplies. So there's a little bit more supplies that you need to buy. With DTG, you just need to buy the pre-treatment liquid. With DTF, you need to buy the rolls of the transfer film, you need to buy the shaker, and you need to buy the adhesive powder. So that's something to think about. But longer term, probably uses less white ink, so you save some cost there. You save on not having to buy pre-treatment liquid, but you make it up with having to buy rolls of film and then also the adhesive powder. So it kind of it's probably leans in the corner of DTF a bit over the long run, but not a huge difference. Someone on YouTube asks, how can I adjust thread tension without using tension gauge? The way that we do it here, we never use a tension gauge. The way that we do it here is by feel. Once you kind of know the thread tension enough, and you kind of done this enough times, when you pull the thread tension, you can feel whether it's getting snagged, whether it's smooth, whether it's too loose and free flowing. You kind of know that by feel. So that's how we do that here. And also the obvious way is also if you do a stitch out for a tension test, you can see whether your thread is too tight or too loose. So Jeff G asked a great question here. If we use sublimation ink on the toner printer, what is the adhesive method used? Is it the same as adhesive sheet, or we use powder for sublimation printed on the toner printers? So great question, and probably a misconception. One, the sublimation ink, it's not ink, it's sublimation toner. So because it's a white toner printer, it's a laser printer. That doesn't use ink. There's nothing liquid inside the tubes. It's all powder. So, but with sublimation powder, you don't need the actual B sheet. What happens is because you can actually just print that on normal office paper, and once you print that on. And you put it under a heat press. You don't need to marry it with a B sheet. There's no adhesive. But what happens is because the nature and the chemical of the sublimation toner, what happens is you put that against a T-shirt and you put it under a heat press. The sublimation toner will then kind of change states, change their chemistry, and be able to transfer directly onto the shirt. So there's no adhesive step needed when you're talking about using sublimation toner. It's like using sublimation ink with a ink printer. You print it and then you just transfer. There's no two-step. That's why it's called two-step heat transfer. When you do white toner transfer, it's called two-step heat transfer because the first step is you gotta marry it to the adhesive sheet and then you peel it and then put it onto the garment. So it's two steps. But with sublimation, it's one step. There's no adhesive sheet. All right, we're running up to the time here, so I just wanted to quickly recap some of the sales before we kind of announce the giveaway. So for those of you that kind of already, some of you already called in and asked some questions about the sale, we do have the embroidery machine sales going on, price cuts across a lot of different machine models, as well as free shipping. So all of those packages are available. And like I answered the question with Tracy on the phone, all of these packages are indeed all inclusive. So it includes your embroidery machine, your starter kit of threads and supplies, as well as everything else you need: the hoops, the accessories, the cap drivers and cap attachments, even the chroma digitizing software, everything you need to get started. So that's on the embroidery side. On the printers, a lot of you asked a ton of great questions about DTG, DTF, and the white toner. For the white toner transfer printers, we have those available for sale as well, and on sale. They are just under $6,000 to start, $115 per month for 60 months on the financing. If you look to finance it, free shipping up to $800 in value there. And you get a heat press, also everything you need in the bundle to get started. Heat press, your transfer paper, also all the toners for you to get started, the live training if you're buying the premium bundle. If you're buying the premium bundle, also the extended warranty. So all of those things, all inclusive in your machine package. If you buy the premium bundle, you also get a better heat press with the 16x20 auto open heat press. And you get some Teflon paper as well that you need for your heat transfer. So more supplies and a more peace of mind with the extended warranty when you buy the premium bundle. For direct-to-garment printing, it's very suitable for those that are starting like a t-shirt business, or even just printing custom t-shirts for clients. whether it's one-off, whether it's 100 pieces, DTGs are able to kind of be very flexible in the volume and can be conducive for either because it requires minimal setup. It's not like screen printing or where you have a heavy setup time, and even with DTF you have some setup time as well. But DTG, very minimal setup time is needed. You literally just make sure it's maintained, and then every time it's maintained, you just walk up to it, load a shirt, and it's ready to print. So you can do that with like a couple of shirts, with hundreds of shirts, really, really flexible on the volume, super great hand feel finish because it's infused with the fabric. The design is kind of infused within the fabric. And you're able to print on a variety of substrates, t-shirts, jackets, you can do polo shirts, anything, hoodies, right? We printed on a variety of those things. If you buy the premium bundle with the Vision DTG printer that we offer, you also get the Sonic Jet pre-treatment machine. So you can instead of using a Wagner spray gun that comes with your bundle, you can use the pre-treatment machine instead. So that's also something that is going to be helpful if you're looking to step up your game and your productivity with DTG. All right. Again, everything comes included: pre-treatment liquid, the Vivid Rip software that you need to rip your designs, heat press, all of the supplies, the ink. And then for the premium bundle, you also get the DTF starter kit. So you can get some powder and the DTF sheets of paper or film to be able to print DTF using your DTG printer. So again, kind of like the white toner transfer printer doubling as a sublimation printer, you can have your DTG double as a DTF printer when you have the right supplies and also the right software. All right, last but not least, on the DTFs, we also have the Revel DTF series. So we have the Revel 2402, which is our 24-inch DTF printer, roll-to-roll DTF printer. Over $7,000 in savings with the free shipping and everything included: the printer, the shaker, and the dryer, all the supplies, the powder, the film, the ink, the purifier as well, right? Like all of that is included. It also comes with the online training. So all of our products come with training, by the way. So not just DTF, but all of our products come with free training. And you can either get the 24-inch DTF, which I saw a lot of people have in the comments, and then you can also get the 12-inch Revel Duo DTF printer if you're looking for a smaller size printer and a more budget-friendly option. You can also go for the Revel Duo 1202 instead of the Revel 2402. So depending on what your business needs, you can choose between one of those two options. All right, they're slightly over $20,000, so a bigger investment, but it really pays for itself when you have take into account the versatility of being able to print just transfer sheets and do that as a business, or print transfers and transfer them onto t-shirts on your own and sell them for a higher profit, higher margin, and gain revenue that way. So very much a lot of flexible options for you to choose from when it comes to a DTF printer. All right, all of those end this Friday. So December 1st is the last day for our Black November sale. Ends December 1st. And so for our embroidery machines, white toner transfer printers, DDG, DTF, all of those sales will go away starting December 2nd. So make sure you take advantage of all of that the moment you're looking to act now before the savings run out. And you only got about 3 more days until that happens. Jeff G asked, looking for the sublimation upgrade kit, where should I be looking on the website? It's not in the printer section. So Jeff, as I mentioned, it won't be out for another week or so. So so stay tuned for that, but it will be on the shop under the printer section. Right now it's not available yet, but it's coming out in a week or two. Alvaro Hernandez asks, how do I get access to these bundles on your website? So if you are on our website, and our team can pin the comments pinned one of the comments in the comment section to show you where the link is. Basically, you need to fill out the form and contact one of our product specialists here, and they'll walk you through, answer any questions you might have, and walk you through the next steps. Whether you're looking to finance it, there's a financing application that you can fill out and get an approval within minutes. Or you're looking to buy outright, they'll send you a sales proposal, sign off on that, and then your machine gets in the queue to be able to be prepped and shipped. So just so you guys fully understand, after the order has been placed, it doesn't mean this is not like Amazon where you just pick up something off the shelf and then ship it right away. The machines go through a QC process, a quality control process, where the embroidery machines get tested and make sure that they're stitching out the designs properly before they get packed and shipped to you. And the printers need to be in the queue to be prepped and shipped as well. So if you are ordering even today, as I kind of mentioned previously, even if you're ordering today, it doesn't mean that you'll get your machine within the next week. It takes 2-3 weeks to even kind of get your order up to the top of the queue to be able to be picked and shipped. Given Black Friday and Black November in general have a lot of orders in the queue, we go through them in the order that they've been received, and so they need to go through the QC process and then get payments fully ironed out and secured, and then it goes and ships out to you. So all of that is a process, and that's why sometimes it takes a couple of weeks to get the machine shipped out, and then maybe another couple of days to get to you, depending on where your location is at and where the machines are shipping from. We ship from both locations in Miami and in California, so whichever is closer to you, we'll probably ship it from either one of those areas. But the process, does take time, and therefore you want to get in earlier so that you can, be on top of the queue, because, by the time the holiday season rolls around and you're looking to fulfill some of these orders, you want to have the machine in hand to start making money, rather than kind of placing your order then it takes to the end of the year, or even beginning of next year to get your machine fulfilled. So something to keep in mind. Also, if you're looking to purchase a machine this year, every year you can use what's called Section 179. Speak to your CPA and your accountant about this, but essentially with a machine purchase, you can write off the entire purchase using Section 179 and save on your taxes. So again, I'm not a financial advisor or an accountant or a CPA, but talk to your CPA about how to utilize this Section 179 form to write off your equipment purchase. So a $10,000 machine, depending on where your tax bracket is at, you can save a couple of $1,000s just on the taxes because you're writing that off from your business, right? So definitely people are trying, but the key is you need to take delivery and put the machine in use before December 31st. So in order to do that, and it takes a couple of months to get your machine out, and in a couple of weeks to get it to you, you might want to start planning for that if you're looking to have that end of the year tax write-off. But speak to your CPA about that. That's something that a lot of people take advantage of, and purchase those equipment before the year ends so that they can fully take advantage of the tax write-off. All right, last comment here from Juan Garcia. Hello there. I recently bought a DTF printer from Ricoma. I'm waiting for it to be delivered. So excited on my second buy from Ricoma. I love my EM1010 and hope to love my new DTF printer. Awesome, great. Thank you for being a repeat customer, Juan, and glad to see you expanding your product line with us. Okay, all right. So I think that's all we have for today. Last but not least, we're going to announce the winner of the giveaway for the dozen sublimation mugs that we're going to give away to one lucky winner, either from YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. Make sure that you are here for that, because if we announce it and you're not here, we're going to pick a different winner. I'm going to give you like a minute to make sure that you are there. But I'm just getting the notification for who the winner is. And the winner for the mugs is going to be gmaster_02. So gmaster02 from Instagram. That's actually the so we got a winner from Instagram this time. gmaster02 from Instagram. gmaster02, is he there? If you are there, make sure you comment so that we we know that you're here. I see that you asked a question earlier. I'm not really sure if you're still here, but to answer your question, and probably helpful for everyone else that's asking, that's thinking about this, how do your print heads compare to Epson print heads? So, great question. I don't know which print heads you're specifically talking about, but on our DTF printers, they are Epson print heads, so there's no comparison there. With the DTG printer, they are Rico print heads. So Rico print heads, I mean, these print head manufacturers are all pretty much the same. Um, the specifications and the kind of technology is gonna be different, but they all have like pretty high print quality and print density. The three biggest manufacturers of printheads with Ricoh, Epson, and Brother, they're all very comparable. The technology isn't really different on the printheads itself. That doesn't really give you the difference in the quality. It really gives you the quality in terms of the machine build, all the maintenance features around it, all the mechanical and electronic components of the drive, of the control panel. All of those makes the quality difference. Less so the actual printheads. All the printheads are very high quality, and no major issues there. When you get clogging and things like that, it's because of improper maintenance. Not usually not because of printhead defects. There are defective printheads, but very few, and mostly printheads the clogging comes from lack of maintenance. All right. No? Okay, so G Master 02 wasn't available on Instagram, so we'll have to pick a different winner. All right, so the new winner is going to be Tony Sparks from YouTube. Tony Sparks from YouTube. I guess your wish came true here. Thanks, pick me. Yeah. So Tony Sparks, are you there? Gabrielle Four says, "I'm here if she isn't." And Michael Alexander says, "I'm here." Okay, so Tony Sparks, are you there? Tony. Okay, there. All right, I see your comment. All right, so congrats, Tony. We'll reach out to you, get your information on where your shipping address is and all of that to be able to ship out those mugs to you for hopefully you put them to good use if you have a white toner printer or um, anything with sublimation. You can even heat transfer vinyl, you can transfer those onto those mugs. All right, great. So I hope you guys found this information helpful. Take advantage of the Black November promo before it ends, and also do remember on shop.ricoma.com we have our Cyber Week going on. So I did forget to mention that towards the end, but we do have a Cyber Week. We got free shipping, on a bunch of different items, heat presses, sewing machines, all 10% off. Heat presses up to like 50% off on select models. So make sure you take advantage of Cyber Week. That also ends this Friday. So if you are in the market for any accessories, chroma upgrades, vinyl cutters, sewing machines, heat presses, 8-in-1 device, robot frame, any mighty hoops that you would want, any accessories for your embroidery or supplies for your printers, ink and all of that. Also when you order over $1,000, it's free shipping on everything in your cart. So that also goes on till this Friday. So make sure you take advantage of that. Hope you guys found this information helpful. We'll be back next month with another live stream for December to wrap up the end of the year. And then I hope to see you guys there. If I didn't answer your question here, make sure you tune in next time to get your questions answered. And we'll also be taking some live calls next time as well. Hopefully, some of you call in and we can have a conversation. So I hope you found that helpful. Put the information to good use, and see you guys back here next month. Take care.